Let's talk about the reason what is holding you back on advancing on your tech career. Have you ever asked yourself, am I already there? Have I learned enough HTML? How much JavaScript do I need to learn? Is this enough Python to get into a position? I mean, this is the most common theme you see on the questions in online forums, or are there any forums anywhere? Platforms, learning platforms, social media. People are unaware what is required of them, and that creates a fear. And that fear is preventing you from advancing in your career. Because that fear also promotes self-sabotage. So instead of taking a step forward, you take a step backwards. Here are a few examples. Just like I discussed on my tutorial hell video, which is linked on the card above, the reason people get into tutorial hell is the fear of not being established enough on certain technology or whatever they're learning. So they self-sabotage themselves, thinking that it's better just to learn a little bit more, and they end up buying another course and whatnot. And just look at the tutorial hell video. Anyways, so the self-sabotage is preventing you, and the fear of failure, the fear of not knowing enough, is preventing you on any progress. And this is the concept that you need to understand. New level, new demons. So each time you learn something new, you advance ahead, there's gonna be more advanced problems that you need to solve. So these new demons are hopping out of the dark right in your face, and suddenly you're like, I don't understand anything, I don't know anything. And then you backpedal and buy another course or quit. For the worst part of it, you might quit just because you think, I'm never gonna make it, I'm not smart enough, and whatever. So you need to beat the new demons. It's like a video game, really. It's just a new end boss that you need to face and beat when you advance. And that happens to all of us. Even from the people who are in the tech career for decades. They're facing new demons. There's all updates on the tech. You need to learn new things constantly. So get used to it. If you want to get into tech, the hardest part is it's quite boring. And the other hard part, it's quite exciting because you are faced with new problems that you need to solve constantly. Even an old enterprise level code base will need to be updated. And then comes the bugs. Armies of bugs that you need to solve. And they might be something you haven't seen because there's not much documentation out there in the wild to look into. So it's a concept you need to get used to it if you want to get into tech. So now each time you level up, so to speak, you need to tackle these demons. And the best way to do it is by continuous learning, an ongoing continuous learning. And the ongoing and continuous learning means that you should stick with what you're doing instead of jumping around. Don't go chasing the new shiny object that you might think it's gonna be easier or something weird. Like I've done that. I'm guilty. I've started with Python after long break from any coding. Then I went back to JavaScript, and then back to Python, and then back to JavaScript, and then to React, and then to Vue, and whatever. It's just useless. Don't repeat that mistake. Stick with what you're doing. face the challenges, turn them into challenges. These are the problems that you need to solve in your real life career too. Tech changes, updates come, you need to learn new stuff. It's just a natural occurrence in tech, so get used to it. Use it as a learning platform. Journal about it. Write posts about it on social media. Turn it into a tool instead of a pain. So you need to be resilient and ready to adapt. I have a saying, adapt or die, whenever I face a problem that I need to solve. There's just no other way around it. And the biggest thing that is hitting you on this kind of situation is the fear. The fear of not being good enough, the fear of not knowing enough, the fear of the unknown. My example from this is at my work. My colleagues are, they all have like master's degree and PhDs and whatever. They have done a lot of statistics and data analytics back in the uni, like a long time ago, with like MATLAB or whatever weird tech that was the thing back in the days. And first time when I started building these data analytics dashboards and reports, I was just petrified to show them that, because I was afraid that I had made some statistical error or some troubles with the analytics being not like all kinds of correlations and whatever I was showing, that they were like the sample size wasn't credible enough or whatever. And I was holding back those reports first. But when I published them, they were all super fired up. They were like, wow, how did you get this data and how did you build these reports and whatnot? So I was just holding back, and that was just slowing me down. After I showed them the reports and the dashboards that I had built and the automated tools, they were like, man, just start building more of these. We need more of these. These are just helping us to focus on the inspections and whatnot. So after that, the data analytics team was born. So instead of thinking, am I ready to apply for a job or whatever? Should I ask for a promotion? Yeah, just do it. Nothing's stopping you. If you're not trying, you're never gonna know. So instead of being afraid, face the fear, face the demon, and just battle it out and do what you have to do to find out if you were wrong or right. I mean, how annoying it's gonna be when after 2 years being afraid, you finally ask for the promotion and you get it instantly. Like you just wasted 2 years of possible promotion and better paycheck. So it's just do it. So now you have to learn how to turn that fear and uncertainty to your benefit. Just like I was saying on the imposter syndrome video, another card up there, you need to use this as an advantage and study what's in the fear. Like, what are you afraid of? You don't know something about that tech or something. Just build a project around that new updated thing or that new tech. Face the hard parts by doing something with them. So instead of just backpedaling to go back into the basics learning, and just go for the problematic, I have never been able to do this difficult project before without a tutorial video, and just build it. Don't watch any tutorials, Just use the documentation of the new technology and try to build a project out of it, because that's how you learn to solve problems instead of learning a language. Because tech and programming is all about the concepts and the logic that you need to understand, not the syntax. The syntax comes and goes. Doesn't matter if you're doing Python, JavaScript, OCaml, Lisps, or whatever weird language. Just solve the problems and see how you can do it with the new tech that you're trying to learn. That's the best way to learn it. Google, ChatGPT, use the tools available just like anyone already in the career, and solve these problems and post about them. Turn them into a tool, turn them into case studies that you can put in your portfolio and to your resume. So yeah, do that instead of starting with the how to do variables and this and that language. So one of the greatest tools to learn about how to face your fears and how to progress in your careers is obviously subscribing to this channel. So what kind of new demons have you faced on your learning journey or in your tech career, and how have you managed to beat them? Or if not, let me know, because I'm ready to tackle them with you. On the comment section, just drop them there. I'll try and answer them, and if not, you can always try to DM me on X, because I, at the moment at least, have open DMs. Another quick story I can tell about fear and when it feeds into an imposter syndrome is me getting the software project manager title at my current job. So I applied to it because I knew it was coming, and I was again kind of testing the waters, and suddenly I'm sitting at the position and named to be the leader project manager on the subject matter situation on this project. And the funny thing is that I had zero experience on project management. So now I have a title of being a project manager on a software project, which is going to be a 7-figure project budget-wise. And there I am. So I just scrambled and tried to harvest anything that I could find online about project management, and I just learned my way into it. Luckily, I have a colleague who was also experienced on project managing, but together with him and me just scrambling for resources and learning everything as fast as I could go, just learning as I go is what I did. I'm now pretty much 3 years into it, and I'm starting to feel comfortable, even though I'm still having imposter syndrome feelings about it. But the reality is there isn't one other person than me and my colleague who can do the project better anymore in the whole organization. So it's just something that I faced my fear with. I had zero experience, and I can call myself pretty experienced software project manager at the moment. So that's how you do it. I could have just been like, nah, I don't have any experience. Why would I ever get this title and job? And I would be doing the stuff that I used to do. So data analytics and subject matter stuff. And instead now I've taken at least 3 steps ahead on my career, thanks to just facing my fear and slaying the new demon that was staring me down or staring me up from the fiery pits of fear hell. So I hope my few stories gave you good examples on how I have managed to do this, and which means that if I have done it, you can do it at ease. Just slay those demons that come up to you after reaching a new level, and put those applications out send your resumes, and ask for the promotions if you feel that you could be ready. It doesn't cost anything to try, so at least you get data out of it. If you're not getting accepted, or if your promotion doesn't go through, you can just then study what you could be doing better to reach those promotions or new careers. So with that, I thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. See you on the next video.